It seems like all anyone talks about now is perp trading with leverage instead of buying spot because of the higher potential gains. If most new retail coming into the market chooses perps over spot, unlike in the previous cycles, could that actually stop us from getting kind of crazy all season we're all hoping for? Well, this is a super interesting thing, and I track this a lot, and I trade perps myself. I'm an options trader, and therefore I naturally gravitate towards perps as well. I do enjoy it. It's a fun sport, but let's talk about exactly what's happening and then answer your question in a second. First of all, total DEX perp volume has exploded. Everybody wants to build a perp DEX now. We saw CZ from Binance building Aster a week or so ago, launching it. Apparently, they want to go after the hype business, but hype is still crushing it. Yes, Aster had a flash in the pan, but if you start using Aster, you'll discover the user experience is horrible. Nothing like hype, nothing like dupe. It's just, it's, if you need to do split second trades, you need to move liquidity around fast, it's not exactly perfect. But the total DEX perp volume basically is doubling every year. I don't have the full data so far for 2026, but I guarantee you it'll be far over 3 trillion. So it'll more than double in 2025. And it was only 647 billion in 2023. Again, trillions are being traded on perps. It's wild. Now, what's also interesting is if you look at the blue, these are less than $10 trades, perp trades. People throw $10 at a meme stock and go 100x long or short. It's wild, and they can make $1,000 in minutes if they're on the right side of the trade. This is what's incredible. And now, for the first time ever, with the chain like Solana, you can do it. You can't do this on Ethereum for low dollar amounts. Like, you got to be trading maybe tens of thousands to make it worthwhile in Ethereum. But with Solana, you can trade $10 on a perp and you're good to go. But you can see here, the blue is growing. Okay, the retail share of these perp traders is wild. And again, it's not just whales moving in size. Hype is whales moving $5 million, $10 million trades. But now the DEXs see 12 billion trades a month. And that's up from just under $1 billion in 2 years. It's gone 12x in less than 24 months. Completely crazy. And the majority of trades now, perp trades, are less than $100. And we still have a large amount of $10,000 plus, even $1 million ones, but it's still small. So yes, perps are taking off, as you can see. Also, Sol now drives all activity. Back in the old days, if we go back to 2019, 2020, it was all Ethereum. The majority of perp stuff was ETH pair, ETH USDC. Now, all of a sudden, ever since Q4 2023, Sol USDC is the biggest pair, and ETH is just shrinking away because it's cheaper and faster and better to perp trade on a Solana DEX. And that's just reality. No offense to anybody out there who finds that offensive. That's just, you can see here in the chart yourself. And there are some things I do want to warn people about. If you ever perp trade, never perp trade with more than 1% of your bag, okay? Because if you do high leverage perp trading like a 10x, 20x, 50x, 100x, you will blow up your bag. It's a given. The market makers will hunt you and cut your throat. So I say that with a lot of conviction. If you perp trade, have a process, have a system, and use very, very, very low liquidity. 84% of retail crypto traders lose money within their first year. And I guarantee you, if you take just the retail perp traders, it's probably like 90% or more. All right. Do not use high leverage. We have many days out there in the markets where $1.5 billion is wiped out in a single day, whether long or short. Okay. These $1.5 billion of losses come from these people. These people spending less than $10,000 or $1,000 or $100 or whatever. These are the people that get wiped out and destroyed. And if you wipe your bag, it's hard to rebuild. So again, never more than 1%. Always follow the rules. I've got all these risk management rules in place for a reason, everybody. The other reason they're so attractive is fees are very low or non-existent. There's no KYC. You can do it on your phone in a second while you're waiting in line at a coffee shop, which I've done before. Don't go to coffee shops anymore, though. But very low barriers to entry. That's why it's happening. Now, back to your question. Perps when they're used properly, help pros manage risk. If I'm going to hedge my Bitcoin bag, I will use a perp to do so. I will not be buying options because they're too expensive. However, but the untrained retail person with perps will get wrecked. Okay. Now, your question was, will this reduce the volatility? No. It increases the volatility because market makers hunt the perp traders. Okay. First of all. And second of all, no. It will not change the world, but more people will trade perps as they go forward, and the market makers will need to bag spot to hedge their risk as well. So it's a whole ecosystem that helps each other, but no, it will only drive increased volatility. It will not reduce it, in my humble opinion. So to expect, hopefully we get a wild Q4. I'm looking forward to that.